Hi, it's Megan from WorldCAST, and today I'm going to show you how to add links, videos, and even analytics to your print materials from Canva. To get started, we're going to go to studio.worldcast.io. We're going to choose Printcast. Next will be shown our options here for packages. So we have a freemium version, which we're going to use today to get started. We also have a premium version, which is only $10 USD per month, and it comes with some additional items that freemium doesn't quite get. But to get started, let's go into freemium. So I'm going to choose freemium. I'm then going to name my cast. So today I'm going to make a photography brochure handout pamphlet for a wedding photographer. So I'm going to name my project as wedding. Next, it's going to ask us, where is our source material coming from? Where is our source image coming from? I'm going to go with design on Canva because I'm a Canva user and I already have a Canva account. For this case, I'm going to use the postcard size or the invitation size. That works out fine. It's just going to get us into our account. From here, we can design directly something brand new in Canva, or we can actually go back and use previous print material that we've already created. So let's do that. On the left hand side, I'm going to go down to folders and I'm going to choose all your designs. And here is our wedding photography option. So we can see we've got our name, our website, and we've got like an image on here that we already want to use. If we wanted to make any changes, we could do so now. And we're just simply going to go to the top right corner and go export to Printcast. This is going to bring our design into Printcast Studio. And this is where we can start adding all of our buttons and links and things like videos. That essentially is called augmented reality is what we're doing. We're going to add an AR element to our print materials. So the first thing that's going to happen is the studio is going to read our image to see how well it's going to work for people to use. Overall, we've got a good score, 85%. So let's get in and hit create. It's then going to bring our project file into our studio builder. So a couple things that we can do right away. If you click with your left button, it's going to be able to rotate the camera. Right button is to pan the camera and zoom is to zoom. So now let's go in and add some buttons and links that we can use for call to actions or just simply adding our social media handles. So I want this Instagram white button, so I'm just going to select that. It's going to place it right in the middle, and I now have some options for moving and resizing this asset around. So if I grab this bottom left, like this big green triangle, that's going to allow me to kind of freeform and move this where I want. I also want to resize this, it's quite big. So I'm just going to grab that yellow ring in the middle. So you're going to click and drag inwards to make it smaller, outwards to make it bigger. So now we have our Instagram button. And we can click on it again, and there's a spot here to enter in the URL so people can go on and view your posts, any of your photos, any of your work. Let's also add another one here. Can we get... we have for Facebook. There's a white Facebook one. Let's select that one. Resize it, trying to make it a similar size. And freeform to move that over. Actually, let's move this on the outside. So we've got our Facebook that we're going to link to and add a URL to. And we've got our Instagram. So now when I click out of this edit mode, I can see that we've got both of those buttons there. So next we need, so we've got our social links, so next we need kind of like a call to action. We want people to be able to book an appointment or call us or go direct to our website to schedule something. I'm actually going to use my last free upload, and I'm going to upload a custom image. So let's see, book now. No. So let's see, book now. I'm gonna go select a file, Got a button already prepared. Like, it's literally just a JPEG or a PNG, whatever you want to create, you can use as a button. So we're going to go upload. And let's drag that over here. We're going to add a link. In this case, I'm putting in like a Calendly link, but it could go direct to your website or to whatever your scheduling platform is. Click off of that. So we now have this Book Now button. We've got our Instagram and we've got our Facebook all attached to our handout. With the freemium version, we are allowed to add videos, which is great. So I'm going to go video. I'm going to select a file. And I've got an example reel of some wedding videos that this photographer would use. So we're going to go upload. And it's just going to take a minute to actually add into PrintCast Studios. So once that is in there, we're going to be able to resize it and move it around. And in this case, I actually want to make it so that it kind of pops up over top of the actual photo that we've put in. So let me just resize this and move this over top. So now we have this video that can play, and I'll just have it play here. Slow-mo video. We've got our Book Now call to action. We've got links to our social. We can add sounds. We can add any 3D assets that we want to add. But let's save this now. We're going to go to the bottom right corner and go save and publish. So we've saved our cast. Now there's one last thing that I want to do, and that is to add a QR code. So QR codes are great in this instance because people have seen them before. They understand what they do. They know that they got to get out their camera to be able to get in and take a look at your cast. So to do that, I'm just going to grab a link for this. So I'm going to go to View Cast, which is basically a list of all the casts that I am using. I'm going to go in and find our wedding cast all the way at the bottom. And here I'm going to go and copy the link. Then I'm going to click back out and I'm going to go into Cast Properties. So in Cast Properties, I'm going to go select new file, which I know seems counterintuitive, but it's just going to open up this panel where we can go edit in Canva. So click the edit button. It's going to bring us right back into our Canva account. And here is where we can make any edits. So let's say there was a typo or we actually wanted to change something. You can do that at this point. But on the left-hand side, there is an option for QR code. So I'm going to click that. I'm going to paste in our link and I'm going to go generate code. And Canva it generates its own code here. So let's shrink this down. It doesn't need to be that big. Maybe it sits up in the corner. Maybe it sits down here. It doesn't really matter where you put it, but just somewhere where people are going to see it and go, oh, I know that I'm supposed to scan this. So once I'm done making any changes, I've added in that QR code, I'm just going to go export to PrintCast. It's going to bring us back into PrintCast Studio where we can finish up our design, and I'll go through and show you some examples. So what it's actually doing now is it's reading this new version of the cast that we made. So we can see by adding the QR code, it actually brought it up to 97.1%, so that's great. It just kind of adds like a little bit of uniqueness to it, so that's why it has upgraded our overall score. So we can see that now we have the full version of this. We've got the updated QR code, we've got the book now, we've got the video, which is amazing. So now let's take a look at a real example that I've printed out here. I just have my camera open on my iPhone. It's going to lock in and find the QR code right away, and it's going to say, hey, open Safari or whatever your browser is. It's going to take us to portal.worldcast.io, and then it's simply going to say, hey, line up that matching image. This is where it will then unlock. We're just going to hit tap to allow media to play because we put a video in it. And you know, if there was sound playing, there'd be sound playing as well. So we see we've got the video, we've got C packages, we've got call now, we've got the Instagram, and if I hit on the C packages on this example, it's going to take us right to the link that I put in. I just used a Calendly link, but you would put in your website packages, your photography packages, whatever it is that you're trying to sell. get people to link in and book directly from your print materials. So one other thing I want to do is just kind of outline some of the reasons why we would want analytics. So that's all done with, what we did today was done with the freemium version, but what about the premium that's only $10 a month? So this is great. We've got our video playing here, we've got our book now, we've got our socials, but in terms of being able to see how many people are actually clicking through and booking and having a conversion, like that's really powerful data. So we want to make sure that we have something set up in place. So we're just going to go to cast properties, and in this case we're going to upgrade our cast to the premium. Choose premium, $10 USD a month. You would put in your billing information, it would take that, and now we not only have analytics, but we would have unlimited views. So if this is something where you're bulk printing out a whole bunch of these pamphlets, with the freemium version you're limited to 500 views. So if you have enough people, like if you're doing a conference or you're set up a booth somewhere and enough people are interacting with it, it might be worthwhile to have the unlimited views. So I'm just going to go to view cast, which is a list of all the things that I've ever created. I'm going to find our cast called photography. I can see a preview here, so I know it's the right one. Then I'm going to go down to where it says how many views there are, and I'm going to click on more. So this is going to give us not only the total views, but where in the world people are viewing our AR print from, what time of day, daily cast views, and what links they're clicking on. So this one specifically, we can see we've clicked on the See Packages button 3 times, and we've called the number that's associated with the phone button once. So having analytics like that really kind of helps you dive into knowing how your print materials are performing, because it's something that you can't do already with print materials, is see how many people are actually booking because of this. So it's a great way to add additional features to already existing Canva prints, and it's very easy to go in and simply add in buttons, links, videos, everything. I really hope that you give it a try, especially if you're already a Canva user.